Excalibur Umbra came out, and he is actually a partial re-kit of Excalibur. Instead of Radial Blind, we now have Radial Roar, which has a longer cast time than Radial Blind, which is slightly worse, but it removes status resistances from Sentient and Shadowstalker, which doesn't really matter that much since you could already do that with the operator, so it's just strictly worse ability. But looks cool. Also, there's 5 new Umbral mods. I'll put your peckers away. That's not a universal polarity slot. It's a unique slot that cannot be acquired by any means so far. The Umbral mods are essentially prime mods with a set bonus. Both their effects and their passive get stronger the more you have equipped. Separately for the 3 Warframe mods and 2 melee mods. The Intensify is a little better than regular Intensify, and if you don't level up the other 2 frame mods, you might be able to fit all 3 of them onto other frames for the maximum effect. Or you might... why would you? This is another one of those broken Intensify situations where you'll never have that specific power level number available on your account again. For the melee mods, more crit chance for less damage isn't particularly interesting. Also, the bonus damage to Sentient, or the Sentient Resist for that matter, aren't particularly useful for the current star chart. Sentient don't even show up in Onslaught game mode right now. The other thing to note about Umbra is that he acts on his own when you go into operator mode. He's essentially a Spectre at this point. In this mode, he can take damage and knock you back into the frame, like taking damage as an operator would have knocked you back into the frame. He can also clip certain out of bounds triggers, which can create some interesting issues. If you're in a group in the plains and you want to dash over a large area with your operator really quickly, you will just be ported back to where you left Umbra. This can make the traveling very difficult. Also, Magnus Nourish does not work, but Magnus Elevate does. Elevate's the one you should be using anyway. This update also added a separate slot for exalted weapons, but you can still trigger Zal Arcanes. Yay! He behaves similar to most Spectres. Due to added spread to compensate for movement, he's bad with most rifles and shotguns. He's good with the Arcoplasmor, great with the Stilla, he's okay with the Amprex and Ignis, and Phage as well. Terrible with bows and snipers. Most shots will be body shots, feet, and misses. Another note with bows, since this is an Excalibur with his back filled out a bit more, the quiver clips quite badly. He's really good with staff rifles. Because he doesn't use ammo, if you throw it and switch, he'll still have his own. Also great with the Ogress, but he will refuse to fire it at a distance. He doesn't take self-damage, so it's fine that he walks up to them to do it. He's also good with the Ogress because he doesn't use ammo. He's also kind of good with the Tonkor, but it's still a weak weapon. And he's brilliant with the Tsar. For secondaries, the Zakti and Staticor are the best. And the Kastanas, he will also refuse to fire at a distance, but he's pretty good with them. Everything else is pretty bad though. You also get his Nakana, the
Skiahati.
Which both Umbra and his sword come fully leveled, potatoed, and the sword also comes with 2 umbral slots like his exalted weapon does. And you get them mid-quest. Pre-built and everything. His sword is pretty good Nakana, with a special trait where you go invisible on finishers. It's like a guaranteed arcane trickery, and it's pretty great. Did I forget to mention the Exalted Spin attack still has a normal radio blind attached to it? That does not remove the status resistances. Overall, I think the update's pretty good, even if Umbra is pretty much just a style side grade.
It has developed immunity.
The UI seems to have a lot of negative feedback, but I think it's a step in the right direction at least. The Umbra mods are the strongest part of this update, I think, but they come half filled, so fitting them anywhere's already a challenge, and they have a unique polarity. Also, I don't like the way the set works. Even if it takes away customization just a bit, even if there's a very strict builds already in place in the game, this is now 3 mods that take up a slot where it'd be just the 1 mod that you would need on that build. It kind of limits player customization a bit, even if there wasn't much in the way of modding. I don't think I like that. That's it, really.